What's up, Hawaiians, both near, far, and everywhere in between? Welcome back to another episode of A Hawaiian Podcast. My name is Kalei2K. I'm your host, and basically it's just me on this podcast, sharing my ideas, my thoughts, and doing some own personal therapy. This is what I like to do. This is what I enjoy. So thank you guys all for coming back. Before we get started, I just wanted to... I guess let's just get started right away. First of all, thank you guys for who's viewing, who's watching on YouTube, who's listening on Spotify. Thank you. Mahalo nui loa for doing that. Really means a lot to me. And we're just going to start diving right into it. First things first, I wanted to read this comment about someone who had shared their thoughts and their, not thoughts, but technically what they read or what they learned about from my previous video. My last episode, I talked about wetting the bed and talked about, how embarrassing it was for me, how funny it was. You got to find humor in life. If you don't find humor in life, then you're really not living. That's the joy of life. Is you can find humor in things, then it'll make it a little bit easier. For me, I try to find humor in a lot of things. Makes my life a lot happier, a lot, lighter on my feet. For a big dude, that's important. But anyways, last week in my last episode, I asked, I put a comment out there to social media, and I said, this was my question. When was the last time you wet the bed, and can you share your story? And so this is on my Instagram. Oh, wait, was it Instagram? Anyways, somebody commented on my post, and then this person says, just going to say that if you don't have enough magnesium, your bladder cannot stretch out and can't hold your pee. Then you are in deep delta sleep and your body can't get up to go to the bathroom. This is also true for kids. So I didn't know that. I didn't know magnesium had anything to do with it. I didn't know that your bladder, I guess I kind of knew that your bladder stretches out, but I didn't know that it would make you so maybe unconscious or so tired that that deep sleep, to the point where you don't wake up. I mean, if it's happening to kids, I guarantee it's happening to adults. And if it's happening to adults, I guarantee it's happening to kids. So thank you so much for that comment. I appreciate it. Definitely taught me something, brought some more information into my mind that can help me learn. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to get diving right into it, starting off with this mana'o moment. For my mana'o moment, I'm going to talk about my Valentine's weekend. Yes, it was a great weekend. It was fun. We got to watch the Super Bowl at a friend's house. And we're going to start there. The Super Bowl for LA Rams versus, holy crap, who did they play? Cincinnati Bengals. Sorry, my brain. I thought it was a great game. I loved it. I loved going to my friend's house. We had a ball, hanging out with him, hanging out with friends, hanging out with their kids. Lots and lots of fun. Watching this game was amazing. And I have to say, for Odell Beckham Jr., congratulations, bro. He worked hard. He in my opinion, he's living up to the hype now. Ever since, was it 2014 season? Yeah. In 2014, Odell Beckham Jr. caught the craziest catch, I guess, that was spread viral. There's been 1,000 other catches before that. I guess, I don't know, social media didn't pick up on it or whatever. But as far as I'm concerned and as far as my opinion goes, Odell Beckham Jr. can finally live up to the hype. Yes, he's portrayed that he's a great athlete. He's a great receiver. He's shown off some flashy, jewelry, $1 million watch on the field, even though he has to pay a fine for it, whatever, crazy shoes, all that stuff. He's been a flashy icon in the NFL, backs it up with what he can do on the field as far as being an athlete, and then finally, sealing the deal with winning a National Football League championship Super Bowl ring. So congratulations to him. I now he lives up to the hype. Literally, he can finally claim Yeah, I am the best. I have a ring. I am the best of this season. Okay, so congratulations to them. Um, the best thing that happened, I think that was amazing, was actually watching Aaron Donald. Like, this dude is gigantic. I think let me see if I can find some of his stats. Let me see. He's a beast, of course. 6'1", 284 pounds. Just pure-breeded beast. All right, and I'm kind of jealous. My wife, she was like, "Oh, who is this guy?" She eventually looked up who Aaron Donald was, saw his physique, on Google or whatever, and she's just like, "Oh my God, this guy's a gigantic." And I was like, "Okay, you can put that down now. You can put Aaron Donald down to the side. You don't have to show me a picture of this dude. I know he's a beast." But congratulations to Aaron Donald. He worked his butt off. I love the fact that he came in in the later on in the game when it was the most important. Okay, and he said in an interview that he I guess for the most part, and you could see it on TV. You could see for the most part of the game, he was being double teamed, triple teamed, whatever. They were going to shut him down because they knew he was a great threat. And so towards the end of the game, you could see that he turns up. Oh, shoot. Burrow. That's right. So Burrow, I guess, made a comment to him on the field. And that was it. He said it wasn't derogatory. It wasn't even that harsh of what he said. It just got on his nerves. So if you're 6'1", 284 pounds, the best defensive lineman in the league, and you say something negative or something even small to bring out even the slightest competition that he's got in him, just be prepared. Okay, be prepared for this dude to turn up like an animal. Okay, and that's exactly what he did. And Von Miller being in the backfield, that guy, no, not the deep backfield, but being a linebacker and all, a brilliant, brilliant game. He played very hard. He played very excellent. And when Aaron Donald turned up when he needed to, he made big plays. He made big shutdowns. And the whole game, I was watching him. I was like, God damn it, this guy's got to make a sack. God damn it, this guy's got to make some play. This guy's got to do something. Because I know that that's got to be frustrating for him. That he's a number one, he's basically number one defensive player. Number one, captain of his team, a captain on his team, and he's trying to push, he's trying to punch, and nothing's happening. But I'm glad that he didn't give up. That just goes to show your hard work will pay off. When it comes down to it, how much can you give to the very end? And Aaron Donald proved to everybody that he is the greatest of the season. He is the best MVP, defensive player MVP, and it was just amazing. I was telling my friends, I was like, yo, the best way that they can utilize Aaron Donald, because they're always double teaming him, they're going to try and shut him down the whole game, which I'm glad he broke through towards the end, is if they had Aaron Donald and Von Miller hit the gap together. That's two beasts, literally crazy lions running through a hole and chasing down Burrow. That would have been scary. Of course, it would have made some parts difficult, but I thought that should have been something that they should have done. I thought that this should have been something they should have done because Aaron Donald just needed a little bit more help, just a little bit more help, and you could tell that towards the end, Cincinnati Bengals, they kind of started getting getting more relaxed. But Aaron Donald kept the pressure, so I just loved watching that guy. That guy is amazing, so congratulations. Reminds me a lot of Holoti Nahara just being a force of nature that can't be stopped. And no matter what you do to him, he will find a way to get through, and he will keep pushing. So congratulations, sir, on your victory. The last thing I wanted to talk about was Cooper Kupp. Dude. This dude was amazing. And if you guys watch the game, you know what I'm talking about. Cooper Kupp was just killing it. Odell Beckham Jr. had gotten injured, and Cooper Kupp just basically said, "I'm up for the job. I'm up to win this game. Give me the ball. I'll do whatever it takes." And he proved to everybody that he is nothing to be played around with. This is not a game to him. This is real life to him. Like, he made it almost seem like it was personal. He made it like he had to prove to himself, to Cincinnati Bengals, and of course he had to prove to his team like I am going to make this the best freaking Super Bowl. We are going to win. Like it didn't mic him up or anything like that, but the way he was performing, the way he was running his routes, the way he did everything to his very best abilities, and he was basically ball after ball, catch after catch, just like, we're going to keep moving these chains. Trust in me. I'm your number one guy right now. Give me the ball. We will move these chains and we will win. And it proved in the end that he was determined to win this game. So congratulations to him. And what I also thought was really cool is the fact that Cooper Kupp's grandfather, who used to play on the Saints team back in the day. And so for him, I read an article where the grandfather, his name is Jake, where Grandpa Kupp said, I used to play for the Saints. I never did make it to the Super Bowl, but the fact that my grandson was able to perform and play and I got to witness it, it just brought everything full circle. So NFL DNA runs in the Kupp family. So congratulations to Mr. Cooper Kupp. Now the halftime show. The halftime show was legit. Okay, I know a lot of the new generation doesn't really understand where this is coming from. I love the whole layout. I love Snoop Dogg coming out there, rapping his raps, back in the day. Dr. Dre jamming the piano, with Mary J. Blige doing all her performance. They look good at their age. They look well. They look in shape. They look performance ready. Like they could go on tour right now together and just do the same old songs. Of course, Eminem coming in at the end and killing it was awesome. 50 Cent, 1,001 memes going on about him hanging upside down. But that was iconic. That was such an iconic music video at the time when that song came out. People were like, damn. And of course, 50 was shredded up. He's a lot older now, but he still looks good. He still looks like, hey, if he was to put an album out or if he was to just go and do his old songs again, he would probably sell out a lot of places once again, I love the fact that they had all of LA mapped out on the ground. That was cool. Kendrick Lamar, his dances, his routine that he did was smooth, was slick. I like how he looked like a little bit of Michael Jackson, but a little bit more hood with his jacket and his chains on. But overall, I thought the halftime performance was great. I wish the halftime performance was longer. That's all I wish it was. Just a little bit longer, a little bit more other music. And it would have been cool if Ice Cube jumped in, but I understand that's not, that wasn't the plan. But I was for me personally, when I think of Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, I think of Ice Cube as well. Like, I just think that those three, that even though, things happened back in the day with NWA and, Dr. Dre moving on to Aftermath and doing his own label and all this other stuff, I still think that was a crazy trio, and they could, Ice Cube coming in, Crip walking, that would have been crazy too. But overall, I got to put my hands together, give him a big round of applause. That was an amazing performance. So Super Bowl was great. We had lots of food. We had lots of fun. Just hanging out and watching a great performance put on by the LA Rams and Cincinnati. I keep saying that. Why do I keep saying Cincinnati? Cincinnati Bengals. You guys worked hard. You guys played hard. So thank you guys for being so very entertaining. Congratulations to the LA Rams again, and then looking forward to next season. But I called it. I told that's not my team. LA Rams is not my team. I'm a big Ravens fan. But when they asked me, who do I think is going to win the Super Bowl, I had to put money on LA Rams. So congratulations, guys. Thanks for giving me that pride. All right. So besides enjoying such a great moment watching the Super Bowl, my family and I, we decided, since we're going to stay, we're going to do Super Bowl at our friend's house, we wanted to stay there over the weekend for Valentine's weekend and make it special, So we stayed at a hotel called Home to Suites. It's a Holiday Inn resort, not resort, but hotel. And it's nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. It's this simple hotel with a little kitchen. We loved it. We did it for ourselves as a family. And, but for Valentine's, I focused more on on our girls. I have 3 daughters, so focused more on them a little bit more because I had made arrangements with my wife. I asked her, "Do you want a gift? What do you want to do?" And she said, "Let's just get a hotel. We'll just hang out. We'll just spend time where we can just get away." And it was worth it. Like, of course it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? Um, So at the hotel, my girls loved it. My wife laid out roses. I got them chocolate roses. She laid out rose petals. We had a Valentine's balloon. The girls loved it. They got to sleep in their own bed, the 3 of them. And of course, me and my wife got to get down, get down. Yes. So so we had some good love making, and it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. But let me ask you guys this. It feels like, I don't get it. But okay, let me just put it out this way. I'm getting old, okay? I love making love to my wife. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She means so much to me. But but it's messed up because I have to stretch out before and after our session. Like, before my wife and I got into it and had our wonderful Valentine's weekend, get it on. I had to touch my toes, had to stretch out my legs, stretch out my calves, and then even after I had to do the same thing and crack my back. I'm getting old, people. Let me just put it down. I'm getting old. I know I'm overweight, and maybe that's the big issue, but yeah, but I think that if I get in better shape, it'll definitely help. But it was a great weekend, and I recommend it for everybody. Like, you don't have to, I guess if you find the person you love and they're okay and they're comfortable, especially when you have kids, like just do something simple, but something elegant at the same time, if that makes sense. Like staying at a hotel wasn't crazy, and I didn't have to take my wife didn't say, "Oh, let's go buy all this. I want to go out to a fancy dinner," all this stuff. Of course, it's focused on the woman, but in my opinion, it should be focused on the relationship and not just the individual woman. So we had a great time, had fun, and not to spoil anything, but at the end of our hotel stay, I woke up on the day we're supposed to leave, and I felt this boom, 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 going right through my leg, and I knew right then and there I got a staph infection. Yep. Right then and there, I sat up in bed, felt the pain going to my leg. I was like, "Oh crap, here we go again." And sure enough, it was a staph infection. I know the experience because I've had it before, and except it was a couple years ago, and I knew exactly what had happened and how it happened. So I had an open cut on my leg, ended up jumping into the jacuzzi that's there at the hotel. Of course, my kids want to swim. They want to have fun at the pool. So I'm there in the jacuzzi. I just want to relax my muscles and just enjoy myself. Kind of, my weekend vacation, basically, is what I wanted to do. Soak in the water. And that's exactly where it took place. I got staph infection from that. So immediately I got up. I told my wife, I was like, "God damn it." And she's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" I said, "I got staph, babe. I'm pretty sure I got staph infection." She's like, "No way, there's no way." I go, "Yep, look at my leg. Look at my elephantitis leg." And sure enough, I put 2 legs together. My shin and my calf on my left leg was gigantic compared to my right leg. And she's like, "Oh, dang it." Okay. She's like, "Okay, what do we have to do?" And I said, "Well, we have to get out of this hotel, first of all. And then we have to go to the urgent care, get medication, get antibiotics. I already know the routine." And sure enough, that's exactly what I did. I went to the nurse's office. I went to the urgent care. They shot me. Well, not shot me. They had an antibiotic shot in my ass. Then they gave me antibiotics. Been taking those. It's going down. The swelling's going down. But it's couldn't have capped off a better weekend. So to add to my weekend, I called into work. I said, "Hey, I'm not coming into work. I got a staph infection. Here's my doctor's note. I need the day off." Excuse me. And that's exactly what happened. So thank you, urgent care, for that medical release. I appreciate it. Overall, though, it was a great, crazy weekend. Lots and lots of fun. And so because I had this staph infection, I kind of wanted to look into it more, and here we go. Here's some information if you don't know about what a staph infection is. A staph infection is an infection caused by bacteria commonly found on the skin or in the nose. It can be spread to person, and is very contagious. Oh, that I didn't know. Some simple symptoms include boils and oozing blisters, disgusting, cause food poisoning, resulting in nausea, vomiting, and stomach ache. Staph infections can turn deadly if the bacteria invades deeper into the body or enters the bloodstream, resulting in fever, joint, and muscle pain. Eesh. Some people may experience pain in the abdomen or skin, blisters, boils, impetigo, rashes or redness. That's what I got. Diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. A little bit of nausea. That's what I got. You can also get chills or fevers. You can abscess, pus, or swelling. So I did get the swelling. That's the one that I really, really did. And yes, like I said, I am treating it with antibiotics. It's slowly going down. Life is getting a little bit better. So yeah, I can't complain. I can't complain too much. Of course, I had to limp my way out of the hotel for another day or so, but it wasn't too bad. I was okay. I'm fine. All right, so now off to the next section called It's News to Me. All right, so here we go. I'm going to read you guys this story. And it's actually something I looked up on mirror.co.uk. Where I just found something intriguing to me, and I kind of wanted to share my opinion on this, okay? So the title of the article is, My Brother Said I Ruined His Engagement After I Told His Fiancé He Has 4 Kids. All right, so this woman, okay? A woman, we're just going to call her Barbara, took to Reddit to get advice on a situation involving her brother and his fiancé. Barbara has been living with her older brother, Jamie, and she has seen the different women and relationships he's had throughout the years. And by this time, Jamie is now a father of 4 children by different women. He has a 10-year-old daughter. He has a set of twins who are 4 years old, which the twins are, their baby mama is actually Barbara's friend. And another child who's 8. Jamie has admitted multiple times that he doesn't want any kids, especially though, and it's rare that he even bothers to see the kids he has now. Kind of a jerk. And then to add to that, Barbara has said that Jamie has often called his children accidents, and he wishes that he hadn't had them. Also because he gets frustrated and irritated when the mothers call him. This guy seems like a jerk to me. Currently, Jamie is dating a new woman. So fast forward to the present. Currently, Jamie is dating a new woman named Natalie that he's been dating for the past 3 years. Natalie moved in with Jamie and has gotten to know Barbara, who's his sister, as well. Jamie had proposed to Natalie and things are going pretty well until one drunk evening. The 3 of them were out drinking and Natalie had brought up the idea of having children with Jamie because she feels that Jamie would be a, quote, great dad. Barbara chuckled a little bit and then said, he hasn't been the best dad to the 4 he has now. It was at this moment Barbara knew she effed up. Jamie, of course, was pissed off, started yelling out of a drunken rage at Barbara. Barbara left and stayed away for a while. Jamie blew up Barbara's phone because he felt that she had crossed the line and that he should have had the opportunity to tell Natalie, his fiancée, on his own given time, and Barbara had no right to step in. And of course, Barbara and Jamie's parents eventually found out about all of this and became one-sided with Jamie. They felt Barbara should have kept her mouth shut and be a good little girl and let her brother reveal his offspring's secret to Natalie when he was ready. So, of course, Barbara turned to Reddit, asked readers, did I do something wrong? Give me some advice. I'm stuck here. So here's what they had to say. One person said, it has been 3 years. If he hasn't told her by now, then he did not plan on telling her. He's withholding a huge piece of information from her by not telling her he has 4 kids. Another wrote, he ruined his own engagement by lying and leading this poor woman on. I hope she runs far from Jamie. And a third took it in on the parents. He said, and her parents agreed with him? They literally all wanted to trap her with marriage before letting the truth come out. Woo-wee, that's some drama for your mama. Okay, so I read this and I was like, damn, this is messed up, because I wanted to know how did she ruin this dude's fiance, and 4 kids are involved. And so I'm gonna just call it like it is, okay? Jamie, you're an asshole. Okay, you should not have done. You've literally been with this woman for 3 years. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you what it is. Everybody knows when you lie, the truth shall set you free. The truth comes to the light. It always does, no matter what you try to do, no matter how many different ways you try to swindle it. The truth will come to light, and you will be convicted of your crimes. You'll be convicted of the falseness that you have, Jamie. So I'm gonna tell you this: let's put it this way, you saying that you want her to be your wife, when you asked her to be your fiance, to eventually marry you one day, you promised to be honest. You promised to let things come out into the light, to share this trust with her. And before you even say, I do, you're already messing up. It's been 3 years. Like that other reader said, it's been 3 freaking years. In that 3 years of time, you never introduced her to your baby mamas. You've never introduced her to your kids. That's shameful, bro. You cannot sweep your kids under the rug. You cannot. Especially if you know, especially if your baby mamas are calling you, you cannot sweep them under the rug. You can, you're already being shitted on by the baby mamas trying to call you, you not wanting to have time with their kids. Your kids don't know who you are, especially when one of them is your sister's friend. Messed up, bro. That's messed up. In my opinion, he's an asshole. He should never do that. Don't ever do that. Because now you put this woman in a predicament, and she's putting all her heart and soul into the relationship. She's been with you for 3 years. She said yes. When you asked her to be your fiance, you asked her that eventually you'll marry her. She said yes. And now you throw this curveball at her. That's a lot. That's a lot. I haven't had a curveball like that, but my wife has asked me a bunch of questions that, to me, in my past, that's my past. I no longer do those things. I haven't done those things in such a very long time. I don't know why she would be asking me that, but it offended her, even though it wasn't as dramatic, as drastic as, oh, by the way, I have a kid. Like, what? Yeah. So not only is Jamie withholding and hiding this offspring secret, the other thing is that he's not giving Natalie the opportunity to learn, not seeing where she would stand on it. What if she's comfortable with it? What if she's like, okay, you have 4 kids. When can I meet them? I want to know who they are. Then you build off of that. But when you withhold that information, you don't really know what kind of person Natalie is. You don't. Maybe 3 years took you that long. I don't know. You should have told her earlier. That's what I'm saying. Even a year before you even asked her to marry you, you should have brought this up. 3 years dating, bring it up. It's been 3 freaking years. Bring that crap up. That's kind of important. That's kind of something you really need to do. Okay. So yeah, I agree with all the other readers. This guy was a jerk. He should have, he should have told her a long time ago. And on top of that, if he's going to constantly get phone calls from his baby mamas, how can you explain that to your wife, who doesn't know who the hell's calling you to begin with? Like, if they're calling you all the time, then she at least knows, okay, I know these are his baby mamas. He's an asshole for, whatever he did in the past, but we gotta make things right from here on out. And maybe she's like, no, you need to spend time with your kids. Get to know your kids. You might think they're a mistake, but they're a blessing in disguise. Okay, you gotta learn. You can learn a lot from kids, man. I'm still learning from kids. I got my own. I don't ever think that they're mistakes. Sometimes I think I'm the mistake, and I'm not worthy to be the father of my kids. But I know that everything will work out. Build on top of that. Get stronger and stronger, and build that relationship. He should have done that. But take this advice, Jamie. Take this advice from your sister. Your parents are wrong. 3 years is too damn long to wait for this offspring secret. He should have said something earlier. All right. Okay. So lastly, we're going into here. This is my thought bucket session. So let's grab a question and figure this out. Okay, dokie. All right, so here we go. Thought bucket time. Jeez Louise, these papers. You can't really open up paper when your fingers are fat. Okay. Ooh, here's a good one. If stranded on a deserted island, what 3 things would you bring with you? Stranded on a deserted island, what 3 things would I bring with me? Okay, first thing I would bring is a metal canister, something that I could use to boil water, something I could use to catch water, something I use to cook with. That would be one. Let's see. Probably a small axe. That'd be number 2, because then I can chop wood. I can cut things with it. I can make tools out of that one tool. Let's see. Chop axe, that. What would be the third thing? I guess something to start a fire with. That would be my third thing, because then I could actually start a fire. I can add more to it. I can, a lighter, a giant lighter, so I can have a lot of fuel. So I can start fires. I can keep the fire going. I can keep burning things, or I can start a fire and then dry out wood so that I can rub wood together. I can build my own fire by hand, but at least a lot of for the most part, to start living this situation on this deserted island. Those would be the 3 things: something to catch water, something to use as a tool, a weapon, to make more tools and make more weapons, and then, of course, fire to cook my food, keep me warm at night, whatever it may be. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I would do. So thank you guys all for joining me in for this podcast. Look me up on social media everywhere, YouTube, Spotify. I'm on Spotify right now with this podcast. Look up Kalei 2K or look up Hawaiian. Yeah. And thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Once again, be safe out there. God bless each and every one of you. And always remember, spread aloha, not hate. All right, everybody, take care. Aloha.